This is the East London Waterworks Park Habitats presentation, created by Caroline Chisholm, Stephen Scorer and Sally Fonseca. It was approved for further exploration by the East London Waterworks Park community on 7th of November 2022. It is entitled Bitterns and Butterflies. Dream, and dream big. Imagine our very large and strangely shaped concrete Garden of Eden, divided into 6 clearly defined sections, each petal delineated by footpaths radiating out from the centre of our filter bed, and each section with a different habitat to more enhance the historical design and geometric shapes. From bitterns and butterflies to dragonflies and invertebrates and wildflower meadows.
The 3 dry segments, or petals, will each have distinct habitats. They'll become visually wilder moving further away from the cafe area. Creating wildflower meadows is the perfect solution for the waste materials from digging out the ponds. Following East London Waterworks Park's principles of keeping waste on site, we'll crush up some of the concrete capping and waste bricks mixed with any clean gravel from the site to reuse as a growing medium. At least a third of the concrete on the petals must be retained to allow rainwater harvesting to top up the swim ponds, but this growing medium can be laid on top of the concrete. Retaining much of the concrete also keeps areas of contamination contained. This growing medium is also perfectly suited to growing wildflower meadows due to its very low fertility. The seeds don't need irrigation, so won't take up valuable resources, and seed-grown wildflowers are extremely resilient, drought-tolerant, and well-suited to a dry brownfield site. Growing wildflower meadows by seed is also the most cost-effective method of growing plants, as well as having the lowest carbon footprint, as there are no plastic pots, no peat-based compost, and negligible transport costs. The park is for everyone to enjoy and to learn about the natural world, which is why we've chosen to plant a colourful wildflower meadow on the orange petal closest to the cafe, designed to attract butterflies. Butterflies make people happy, and they're also accessible, being very visible. Anyone can see the difference between most butterflies, whereas many other invertebrates are hard to distinguish between or even see. Butterflies will draw people in, giving them a fascination for insects and the natural world. Human activities have destroyed 97% of wildflower meadows since the 1930s. A wildflower meadow will establish quickly and will quickly increase biodiversity. We want to create a feature that is eye-catching for people, but also extremely important for invertebrates. Although there are other reasons for the decline in invertebrates, one of the main reasons is loss of habitat. Butterflies are an indicator of a healthy environment. Scientists are monitoring them as one way of observing the wider effects of habitat fragmentation and climate change. Also, a selection of plants that attract butterflies will attract bees and other pollinators, as well as birds and small mammals. Butterflies will make a great introduction to studying invertebrates, for children through to university students. Wildflower meadows also have a historical significance for the site. The surrounding marshes used to be farmed for hay and corn meadows, and the Lee Valley and surrounding area have all types of grassland: wet, dry, neutral, alkaline and acid. In fact, the Thames terrace grasslands on sand and gravel are remarkably rich in invertebrates. Sowing the meadows by seed is a great way to involve local people and to give them a stake in the project. Management of the meadows will also allow us to train volunteers in the old skill of scything, which has been done successfully on other local meadows. For years, John Little, a local landscaper, has experimented with many types of local waste materials for wildflower meadows, using different combinations and depth of materials, and we'll be getting further advice from him. On the next petal, the green petal, The waste materials will create topographical variation. This will create a variety of different microhabitats, sunny and shady banks, damp ditches, and piles of rubble suited to different native plant species, which in turn will attract a greater variety of animal species.
Green reflects one of our charity's aims, which is to return the site to its ecological function in the context of the Lee Valley, with environmental sustainability and regenerative design at the heart of the approach. We know that one of the main ways to increase resilience against future climate change is to increase biodiversity connectivity. In the case of ELWP, this means being mindful of what we may expect to see move in from neighbouring sites. Walthamstow Marshes is a site of special scientific interest, and the Waterworks meadow is also locally important. We also know that unfortunately insect numbers have reduced significantly in the last 20 years, and they are a key building block of a healthy ecosystem, from pollination to food source. Our green petal will focus on providing habitats for all kinds of invertebrates, across the seasons and throughout their life cycles. Of national or local importance and potentially present on our site include insects such as knotgrass and cinnabar moths, brown-banded cardabee, tortoiseshell and painted lady butterflies, plus predators such as the pipistrelle family of bats, common toads, smooth newts, and even bitterns. A large hibernaculum, or series of smaller hibernacula, would not only provide a positive ecological impact for insects, arachnids, reptiles and amphibians, but would also be a point of interest for community engagement, for example school visits. This and other mounds of repurposed material from elsewhere in the site will be interspersed with wildflowers, wilder grasses and sedges, and puddle clay pools, again with material repurposed from elsewhere in the site. Additionally, viewing passages or windows cut into a mound or two will show visitors what is inside and thereby engage them with the ongoing regeneration of our brownfield sites. The brown petal will be the least managed and can be the most experimental. We want it to reflect our overall aim to remediate and rewild a brownfield site. In places, we will crack the concrete and adopt a let's see what grows approach. We are mindful that nature is in crisis, and a bottom-up approach, fitting in with the insect-first approach of the green petal, lets nature lead, perhaps in ways we do not expect, and allows ourselves to learn and be flexible. In one part, we propose a remediation zone, constructed impermeable containers, repurposing concrete and other inert material plus liner, filled with semi-contaminated excavations from the swimming petals. This could be filled with a variety of remediation treatments, mycoremediation, phytoremediation, or combinations of both. Remediation of brownfield sites with its associated contaminants will be relevant for years to come, and we feel that our site can lead the way in providing a real-life case study that is a great learning opportunity for all of the public, from scientists to school children,